Greetings to all. I'm really happy to be part of this certificate program being organized by GDC Kodur. I thank Mrs. M. Srilata Madam, the principal, and Dr. A. Asha Lata, Faculty of English, for giving me this opportunity to be one of the resource persons in this program. Today we are going to discuss about SWOT analysis. So I have a PPT that I will be sharing. So what is SWOT analysis? So SWOT analysis was initially Albert and S. Humphrey and a few other scholars who were assigned a task by more than 30 or 40 business organizations to have an analysis of their businesses. Let's move on with SWOT analysis. What is SWOT? It's an acronym. A word that has an explanation within. So here, SWOT as an acronym can be stated as strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. If we ask these questions, why is it required? How is it done? As we go further explanation, we'll be able to understand the requirement of SWOT, how the SWOT can be made, or how one can analyze through SWOT. As I said, it is an acronym, and also it is an important tool, an audit tool. So when we say tool, we know how we can use a tool. It is considered to be one of the most renowned tool for audit and analysis of overall strategic position of the business and its environment. So initially, it was meant only for audit and analysis in business. We know businesses, there are so many types of businesses and so many people are involved in doing businesses. The competition is more, and basing upon one's identity, brand identity or occupation of the markets, the business goes or flourishes. That's why there should be a strategy for every business to focus on so that they would be able to succeed in their business. So there are other factors that play a vital role in SWOT. So SWOT analysis helps in identifying various such strategies that would help in progression or that would help in the growth of that particular organization or a business or a firm. It can be any organization, educational organization, and so on and so forth. So it is considered to be the foundation for evaluating the internal potential and limitations. So through SWOT, what happens? You evaluate, you self-examine the internal potential. What is there? What more can we do? And then, what are my limitations? And the probable likely opportunities and threats from the external environment. So, SWOT analysis involves both internal and external factors. As we go further, we will be discussing about what are those internal factors and external factors. So as I said, SWOT is nothing but strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. When you are identifying the strengths, what areas do you focus? What are the core or the important competencies that are possessed? It can be to an individual, it can be to a business organization, or whatever may be the analysis that is applied for. So generally, strength is considered to be internal factors. It is based on internal factors. That means that you have some control over these factors. One can control to a certain limitations of these factors that are internally there. So when you are identifying the strengths, what distinctive features do we have? Where are we well versed in? Which area are we expertised in? What traits do I have, or do that particular business firm or do that particular individual have that others do not have? What qualities do I have? So these are the areas what one can focus in identifying the strengths. Then we move on to the next aspect of weaknesses. So weaknesses are nothing but the qualities that prevent from doing something, accomplishing something, achieving something with the fullest potential. So strengths and weaknesses are internal factors. That is, one can control it to a certain extent because they are internally within the individual's perusal or within the individual's purview. So one can easily have a control over these factors. So weaknesses also focus on the factors that we do not meet certain standards set forth, maybe by the organizations, by the individuals, or the acclaimed people, eminent people who have already succeeded in their lives. So they put forth certain standards. Are we able to meet? If not, such things are considered to be weaknesses. For example, in taking a particular decision at a particular time. So we know in this world, we are running after heavy competition. There's a lot of competition in every sphere of life. So in this speeded life, so how are we? Are we able to take a right decision, correct decision at right time? What is the time that we are able to focus on? And most of all, when it comes to individuals, people are rather self-loved. So they try to focus on their life, on their own. They love themselves. And ultimately, they ignore the blind spots. So what are the lackings? Where are the weak points that are there that I am unable to focus on? So that's how the blind spots are ignored, and ultimately they serve to be the sum of the weaknesses that one has to focus on. So strengths and weaknesses are internal factors. They can be controlled. The next aspect is called opportunities. S-O-O. O stands for opportunities. So opportunities are not within my limitations. They are not internal. They are external factors. So what are the possibilities or what are the advantages that I possess or I have when compared to others. So can I grab these opportunities? Are they available? What are the trends that are there for me to look at in order to avail the opportunity, choose that opportunity? Are the opportunities open to everybody? And if that is the case, how do I grab hold or how do I hold those opportunities? Because the competition is high. So how do I identify these opportunities? Can I identify? Are they visible to me? Or do I need to look for the opportunities? What are the avenues that are there? Then how do I exploit these possibilities into opportunities that would ultimately help me to choose? So the opportunities and threats, these are external factors. So we cannot have a control over them. So accordingly, you need to identify, grab hold, spot, choose, and then try to avail the opportunities, utilize the opportunities. So once gone, you cannot avail, you cannot utilize. So the timing of grabbing the opportunities, choosing the opportunities, selecting the opportunities, identifying the opportunities is very much needed for the people to see that they turn those opportunities into strengths. Of course, the fourth one is threats. So that threats are also external, based on external factors. You do not know when a threat would arise, how a threat would come, in what manner or in what way the threat would come. So they are also uncontrollable, whereas strengths and weaknesses are controllable and threats cannot be controlled, or opportunities are not controlled, or not within the individual's arena to control, but the situation, the time, according to that demand, they can be chosen, identified, and utilized and overcome. So when there is a threat, you do not run away from the threat. You try to overcome the threat, face the threat, overcome the threat. So by looking at the threats, you need to rather analyze how stable I can maintain. Can I survive this particular threat that is going to happen? So one needs to be judicious enough to analyze properly, forecast properly, or predict properly about the stability that I can bear when a threat is there. How do I survive at that particular stake? So threats involves things that I can prevent from, things that I can avoid from, things that you cannot ignore. Threats would be there. So threats cannot be ignored, but how do I overcome the threats? Or take some precautions, take some conditions that would make that threats to be prevented, avoided, taking maybe some other avenues, bypassing the threats. Or if you can look at the threats in well advance, estimate the threats in well advance, then there is every possibility that you would be able to prevent the threats, overcome the threats. And these threats, maybe sometimes even the weaknesses that are there can become threats. So how do I overcome these weaknesses that can be avoided or that can be changed towards becoming threats? And whatever negative factors, and every day people around or situations that are around, the things that are happening around, all these are becoming threats. They are all creating that kind of a negativity or negative atmosphere, ultimately threatening the individuals. So how do I overcome such things? So the primary thing that is required, or the most important thing that is required, is you anticipate, you expect what are such threats that I may be facing, that I may be encountering, be it in your business, be it in your academics, be it at home, wherever may be. So one needs to learn to anticipate threats and then face the threats, overcome the threats, look for avenues to check the threats, stop the threats, create barriers so that threats cannot hinder you, or whatever hindrances that are there in the form of threats, how do I overcome? So you expect something, you anticipate it well in advance, have that kind of a mind to analyze early about the threats that are there, and then continue to focus on the growth. So my dear students, what type of questions, when you are trying to analyze through SWOT, what type of questions do we ask it? So SWOT can be now, though it started with that kind of a analysis or auditing in the area of business, now it has become in every part of life. So individuals can go for, or personal SWOTs can be made, professional SWOTs at businesses, maybe it within that particular organization, within that particular department, within that particular group of employees. So everywhere now, the SWOT analysis helps in introspecting an individual, that is self-examining an individual, because unless there is that kind of a self-examination, there cannot be progress. People, whether it's in their academic arena, or is it in their professions, or in their businesses, wherever they may be, people want progress. Organizations needs to grow. So every organization needs to grow. So organizations focus on growth, financial growth when it comes to business. So nobody starts a business without the aim of growth. So everybody wants some kind of a growth, even professionally. When people think, when you are working when you join in a profession at a particular A level, you want to grow, you want to go to next level B, C, D. Or if you join as a clerk, you want to become a manager, you want to become an officer, you want to become a head of the department. Likewise, every area people wants to grow. So when you are trying to focus on the growth, SWOT analysis is the best format or the best way where you can introspect yourself. You can self-examine. By self-examining, you would identify the strengths. You would identify the weaknesses. Basing on the strengths and weaknesses, wherever they are, they can be, rather, since they are internal, they can be modified. Modified in the sense not making a fake statements, but genuinely stating. That is very much needed here when a SWOT analysis is made. So genuinity matters a lot. How well I am doing. So how true I am to myself in my self-examination. That is what is needed very much. So some of the questions that one can pose it is that, what professional skills do I have if you are in a particular job? What are the skills that I have? List them down under the strengths. What am I good at? Am I good at talking? Am I good at doing certain things? Am I good at manipulating? Am I good at conversing? Am I good at maybe convincing? So what am I good at? List them out. What professional skills do I have? What services can I offer but others can't? So what is that is special in me? What is that stands me apart from others? So what special services or what is special in me that others do not possess? So such things can be listed under the strengths. What favorable personalities do I have? Are there any good personalities? When we think about in a profession or in a particular individual, what values do I have? Do I have values at all? And what are those values that sets me apart from others? What ethical status do I maintain? Do I have ethics in my life, in my profession? So do I follow these ethics? What resources do I possess? Do I have sufficient financial status? Do I have certain resources? So all these things can be questioned at and true to your nature. By being honest, you should be able to list out all these things under the strengths. Then coming to weaknesses. What am I bad at? Do I have any bad qualities? Am I bad in talking to people? Am I bad at doing my work, finishing my work? What should I hone and practice? What are the other qualities that I do not have that would make me a better person? Can I borrow or can I observe from others and practice, put them into practice? List them out. Sometimes people are covered or people are afraid of many things. They fear for doing certain things. So what fears do I possess? Do I have any fears? Or I am fearless? There's a danger. If you are fearless also, there is a possibility that you become careless. So how far you are maintaining that kind of a fearfulness? Is it worthy of maintaining that kind of a fear? Or unnecessarily becoming fearful, which becomes rather a negative characteristic that makes you to identify it as a weakness. How is my mindset? Am I being positive to everything? Because we find people everywhere, the mindset, how do you estimate others? Or how do you look at other things? How do you look at others' businesses? Is it with kind of a kind of a jealousy? Or is it with a kind of a maybe egoistic attitude? Or is it with a kind of right temperament, that competition that you would look for so that you would compete on par with others? So what kind of a mindset? Is my mindset correct or am I having a wrong mindset? Is it narrow-mindedness? That do I have so that I am not able to go beyond that box, go beyond that kind of a broader areas in thinking? Also, introspect the roots of where am I failing? Why am I failing? How am I failing? So where is that failure? So which area or which aspects or factors that are making me to end as a failure? So enlist under the weaknesses. So if you can identify these areas, and also, of course, weaknesses cannot remain as weaknesses. You need to look for solutions. You need to look for ultimate alternatives, avenues, ways to overcome the weaknesses or the shortcomings that are there. So strengths and weaknesses are internal, which means that they can be controlled. Then opportunities. Opportunities and threats, as I already said, they are external. They are not in your hands. You cannot have a control. So what training or programs are available for me to utilize? Are there any opportunities for me to improvise? In which areas, in the weaknesses that you identify? So basing on those weaknesses, how do I overcome this? Do I have any sessions or programs or training centers or training programs which are available for me to overcome these fears, overcome these failures, and equip myself with such kind of a programs or opportunities that would make me to become a stronger person? So maybe lack of education you would have identified in maybe doing some business. Can I better myself through better education? Can I go for higher education? Is there any other avenues where I can do business and study myself? So there are plenty of opportunities now, especially with the advent of technology, with the advent of internet. Opportunities are abundantly available. How am I looking at the opportunities? How am I holding the opportunities or grabbing the chances that are there for me to? Even with reference to jobs, there are plenty available. But how are you utilizing the opportunities which are available? Next, you can pose a question: what can my employer offer to improve myself? So, as I said, it is external that you cannot control. But maybe my employer, if he can give some opportunities, if the employer can provide some avenues, programs, facilities, trainings, all these things that would help in improving. So you need to search for the opportunities. They are there in the market. They are there available everywhere. So identifying the opportunities and choosing the opportunities and grabbing the opportunities is very much needed. Then with reference to support, can my friends come to support me to grab the opportunity or to utilize the opportunity? Do I have sufficient money to make use of the opportunities? If the financial resources are there any other resources that I can utilize or make use in order to overcome my weaknesses? Can I take some help from others? Maybe from my peers or from my seniors or from my mentors, teachers? Are there any beneficial policies from the government or from the private agencies where I can grab the opportunity and utilize? And the fourth dimension is threats. These are also external based. It's not in the, so what obstacles are in my way to success? So these obstacles become threats. How do I overcome these obstacles? How do I overcome these threats? So you need to have some kind of an estimation, expectation. Who are my competitors? So there's a lot of competition in the world in every field, be it in business, be it in academics, be it in professions. So in every area, there is heavy competition. So identify your competitors and how far. It doesn't mean that you need to eliminate your competitors by killing or by doing, but it means that how you improvise yourself to compete yourself, how you stand on par with your competitors by converting your weaknesses into strengths and opportunities. So when opportunities are properly utilized, you are able to become stronger. So you are adding your strength to it. So that's how the threats are to be whether expected, anticipated, and overcome. Especially today, we are dealing in every area with technology. Classes are run through technology. Whole life of humanity is now after completely dependent on technologies. How do I master my technology is a question. That's a threat, actually. So if you are not able to learn to use the technology, not able to master the technology that is needed for your growth, then you are out of the competition. When you are out of the competition, where do you survive? How do you survive? Will you survive? So that's a big question that needs to be addressed. So my dear friends, look at these 4 areas. By posing these questions, you would be able to analyze yourself. Now I'm going to show you a business SWOT analysis for a company called Reebok. Probably all of you know or about Reebok. It's a shoe manufacturing company. Just for example's sake. So look at the strengths of the company that has been analyzed there. Strong in hockey, football, and baseball, making of shoes, Reebok shoes. So probably you come across many advertisements, isn't it? Hockey players, footballers, baseballers, even cricketers. So baseball is like a cricket game that is played in the West. So all these people, they compulsorily go for Reebok manufacturing or Reebok shoes. Especially for this particular shoe, loyal female customers is the strength. It's the base of the company, they say. Past success in marketing. So they have succeeded in marketing their product to the greater extent. And if you go to every nook and corner, if you ask about Reebok, it is understood that it's a shoe product. And of course, most of the athletes in every field, be it in football, golf, cricket, baseball. So almost all the professional athletes, they endorse these shoes. That has become a strength for the company. And look at some of the weaknesses of the company. Poor reputation for quality and innovation. That's their weakness they have identified. Poor reputation for quality and innovation. Maybe the quality wise they say it has a poor reputation. So identified as a Greg Norman golf apparel brand. So Reebok, whenever Reebok is identified, it is identified only as a golf apparel. So golf game promoters, so they use for Reebok. And they have what it is identified as weakness as limited distribution channels. So the distribution is rather less, and that's why. So these areas they identified as weaknesses, they wanted to focus to overcome such weaknesses. And what are the opportunities that they have identified? Encouraging sales growth in Latin America and Asia. So they have identified their markets. So where they are lagging behind. Economies of scale with the Adidas supply chain and distribution. So they identified that Adidas chain, supply and distribution of that scale of Adidas is less than this. So they need to utilize such opportunities like Adidas and their distribution methods. And what are the threats? Possibility of cannibalization of if sold in same place as Adidas products. So you cannot sell the same type of products along with Adidas, because Adidas, we know, is also a famous shoe company where they promote. So if they go together in one shop, maybe people might choose only that one because of their brand identity or whatever may be that. That's a threat. Still third in the market share in its strongest market. So only in America, the Adidas product is strong. When compared to the international arena, it is only considered to be third in the market. So how do I, that's a threat. So how do I go to the first position is a challenge. So that's how a SWOT analysis is made by a company. When it comes to persons also, the same method can be used by posing such questions. Some of the tips or do's when you are doing a SWOT analysis that you need to be mindful. Be analytical and specific. So be critical, be analytical, analyze your strengths properly. That's why I said in the beginning itself, be true to yourself, be honest, how honest you are. And be specific, don't generalize. Come to the specific area where you are looking for or where you have identified. And be selective in the final evaluation when you are evaluating through the analysis of this SWOT. So be selective in the final. Record all thoughts and ideas properly, put them properly with genuinity, that is with truthfulness and honesty. Choose the right people for the exercise. Sometimes what happens, it is always better for a third party, even the businesses, they would like to go for SWOT analysis from a third party, not the self-introspection or self-analysis, not by myself or not by you, but by others, the private third parties. Maybe you can also individually, you can do it first initially, individually by yourself, then take the help of others, maybe your friends, your parents or your neighbors. What do they think about your strengths? What do they think about your weaknesses? What do they think about your opportunities? And what do they think about your threats? So by selecting others for your evaluation, that would help you to rather evaluate yourself properly or correctly. So for that, you need to choose the right people to estimate you, evaluate you. Choose a suitable SWOT leader or facilitator that would help you to analyze yourself properly. So always have that kind of a think in a new way. Think out of the box method. So you have to, don't confine to that limited state of mind. So go beyond, have that kind of a broader sense of mind to analyze, and don't restrict yourself to that limited box thinking. So come out of the box and think yourself differently, how different you are. And as you analyze and identify, mend yourself, be open to change, be flexible to change. Don't confine or don't be rigid to your thoughts or ideas. Maybe that will help you to grow as well. And some of the don'ts, these are some of the do's when you are doing a SWOT analysis. And when you are doing a, what are some of the things that you should not do when you are doing a SWOT analysis? Try to disguise weaknesses. Never try to disguise, hide your weaknesses. That means that you are covering up. So ultimately, when the time comes, when the situation demands for you to act, if you cover up your weakness, you are not going to succeed. You are not going to face the. So you lose your stronghold. You don't have that kind of a courage to face. So don't hide your weaknesses. Don't merely list your errors and mistakes. But identifying is them and trying to overcome is good. But if you are trying to do all these things, listing out your errors and mistakes, maybe that would grow to be looked at you, or you are presenting yourself as a failure, not as a person who would be looking towards progress. So never list out your mistakes and errors, but try to identify the weaknesses. So while identifying the weakness, you can say that, or you can see that you can overcome those mistakes, rectify the errors that have been committed. And never lose sight of external influences and trends. Because as I told you in the beginning itself, we are in a competitive world. Never lose your external influences and trends. What are the trends that are there in the market? What are the trends that are there in the public? How do I utilize those trends? How do I grab those? How do I follow those? How do I get impacted by those influences that are there around me? And don't allow the SWOT to become a blame-laying exercise. Okay, by analyzing yourself, you are trying to blame it. Okay, because of this I'm like this. Because of that I'm like this. So blame-laying exercise. It is not for blame-laying exercise. It is for the growth, improvement. So basing on the weaknesses or basing on the threats, don't blame on the threats or the weaknesses. That is not going to help you to progress. So don't ignore the outcomes at later stages of planning process. So don't ignore that also at the planning. So you need to plan properly at the outcomes of your strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. So as a student, it is very important in your academic area or when you are trying to join a job or look for a job to have a SWOT analysis of yourself. What are my qualifications? What is my experience? What are my skills? How is my attitude? Is it good, bad, worse? What are my hobbies? What are the interests? So if you identify these, how strong they are in you. Are they unique? Do I possess the highest qualifications to get that job? Am I experienced in it? How do I gain experience in it? If experience, how is my experience? So all these things can be looked at. And when it comes to the weaknesses, where do I lack? Is it because of my less education I am not able to compete? Is it because of my lack of knowledge that I am not able to compete? Is it because of lack of experience that I have? Or is it because of my financial state that I am unable to grab the opportunity or utilize the resources? How is my personality? Is it good? What do I lack in my personality? Do I lack courage? Do I lack that kind of determination? Apart from that, what are my personal weaknesses? Do I have some bad habits? Am I lazy? Am I reluctant, ignorant? So these areas, if you can identify and list, that would help you to analyze yourself. And as I said, these weaknesses can be overcome. They are obstacles for your growth. So they can be overcome if you identify them properly and address them properly. And of course, as I said already, strengths and weaknesses are internal. They can be rather looked into. They can be rather checked by yourself, modified by yourself, overcome by overcoming, by mending, by changing, by exercising. The good that can change your weaknesses into strengths. And coming for opportunities, what are the job opportunities available? What kind of businesses are there? And how do I start a business? What are the avenues? Do I have any resources? Can I get some resources? Are there any scholarships for my higher education? Who offers these scholarships? How do I get these scholarships? What academic avenues are there? Can I work and study? Is there any possibility to do business and study? So what academic avenues are there for me to grab or to go into that particular goal that I've set forth? What kind of support do I get from? Do my friends, family, my teachers? Who is going to support me? Can they support me? Can I take their help? If so, how? So what are the skills that are outdated in me when it comes to threats? You have a skill which has become an outdated skill, which doesn't require now. Financial threats, government austerities that are there that would rather hinder you for, make you as a threat to grab the opportunities. And especially during this time, COVID time, we know that we are under recession. So how this recession, loss of jobs, no jobs, employment is lost. So people are losing their jobs and there is heavy competition out there. How do I stand in this heavy threat? So my dear friends, dear students, look at these things, focus on these things, and basing on these things, you can avail or you can introspect yourself with SWOT analysis and help you to make you better. I want to share with you another example of a famous company of SWOT analysis, how they have done. So, what are the areas that we can focus is very important when you are trying to look at the self-examine yourself and identify the areas of your strengths, weaknesses, and other things. Let's look at an example of the famous organization called McDonald's. Probably all of you know it's a supermarket, the chain restaurant around the world. Started in America. Now, if you go to every nook and corner in Africa, Asia, India, you find McDonald's. Let's look at their SWOT analysis. McDonald's SWOT analysis, strengths. Look at their strengths. Ranks very high on the Fortune magazine most admired list. Community oriented, global operations all over the world. Cultural diversity, the foods, excellent location, assembly line operations, use of top quality products. These are their strengths. Look at their weaknesses. Failing pizza test market, thus limiting the ability to compete with pizza providers. So we know McDonald's doesn't give pizza, doesn't serve pizzas. High training costs due to high turnover. That is their weakness. Minimal concentration on organic foods, not much variations in seasonal products. So throughout the year, you get only a particular types of food items. Quality concerns due to the franchisee operations. Now what has happened? The quality has come down. Especially I experienced when I went to China or when I was in America, the American taste or the Chinese taste McDonald's is different from that kind of Indian when it comes to Indian markets. So because of this franchisee problem, they have identified that the quality has rather deteriorated accordingly from place to place. Then focus on burgers, fried foods, not on healthier options for their customers. So McDonald's is tagged with only burgers and French fries, all these things. Then look at the opportunities. Being more joint ventures, being more responsive to healthier options, advertising Wi-Fi services in the branches, expanding on the advertising on being more socially responsible, expansion of businesses into newly developed parts of the world, open products up to allergen free options such as peanut free. These are the opportunities that they are going to grab in the future. Probably that's how they identify. Then what are the threats? Marketing strategies that entice people from small children to adults. Next, lawsuits for offering unhealthy foods. Many areas, it has become a habit to file cases against their unhealthy food items. Contamination risks that include the threat of E. coli containments. Some hazardous devices that are there in the foods that they present. The vast amount of fast food restaurants that are open as a competition. So heavy competition, as I said, everywhere. So here we have so many McDonald's, many burger, localized competition is also increasing. Focus on healthier dieting by consumers. Then people are become aware that these fast foods are not really going to help them to maintain their health. So people are slowly stopping to eat. Downturn in the economy affecting the abilities to eat that much. So likewise, McDonald's have identified their share of strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. So you need to analyze yourself. What are your strengths? So list them out. Your education, your qualification, your experience, your values. What values do I have? How are they strengths? And you need to have that kind of a look at every aspect of these strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Analyze them properly. Face them. So by introspecting through this analysis, you would be able to focus yourself better and then look towards your progress and success of your careers or choosing in your careers, how well you would be choosing. So my dear students, how is it that you are able to succeed depends on your SWOT analysis. So if you need to succeed, be honest in your analysis. That is very much important. When you are not honest, you are not able to analyze yourself properly. If you are not true to yourself, how true you will be with others? So people will judge you easily and ultimately say that you are not standard enough. You don't have enough standards to maintain yourself, to be true to yourself. So my dear students, start from this day onwards to analyze yourself through SWOT analysis and be true to yourself in stating your strengths, your weaknesses, your opportunities, and your threats. Then you would be able to plan accordingly, come out with such kind of strategies that would help you to overcome your weaknesses, your threats, and utilize the opportunities for your success. I thank you once again, and I wish you all the best. God bless you all.